I want to talk about the lawsuit, the class action lawsuit, based on PTSD. Um, based on PTSD. Now, I don't know the class action lawsuit is actually stating that, but some of them are true, physical victims of negligence. Of course, they should be able to sue based on the negligence and physical harm caused by them. Some of that harm was caused by a reporter, one of the own workers, stating he pushed people down 11-foot well, 11-foot floor, 11-foot floor drop. So how do you discount for that? They were, you know, the post traumatic stress of that was you were pushed from behind by one of your coworkers for whatever reason who laughed about it. No remorse later, no wishing them well, no saying I went to the hospital to check on them. These reporters being so devious these days, never said, question them about that, or even said, how are those people doing? This is this narcissistic society that was created by this generations and last 2 or 3 generations stacking on top of each other, of being narcissistic, not caring about your fellow person. This is because you watch TV shows and games that involve killing, etc. Desensitizing. Now all of a sudden, these same desensitized people who play killing games and laugh at other people dying, all of a sudden now want to say, hey, I'm a victim now. I've been emotionally distraught. Oh, I'm mostly distraught now. All right. So the true PTSD, the guys like our man that shared the video stating that he was an Iraq combat veteran, or other people, that's the true form of PTSD. That's now, and rightly so, part of everyone's life, as far as the definition. But here's the thing about PTSD. It's everything. So if you lost your job, or you got fired, that recycling of that over and over in your head is, well, PTSD. Because you got fired, do you get to now go back to the employer and say, you know what, your firing created PTSD in me. I'm suing you for the PTSD you created in me. They're like, well, we fired you. So no, but that's not the way victims work. They claim to be the victim of any interaction. Some of you guys talk bad, say some nasty stuff here in the comments. I should be there. I should be able to sue you because I gave it some thought, and so much so that I'm making a comment to you about it now in a video sometime later. So per your logic, I should be able to sue you now because you caused me some emotional harm. I had to think about you more than once when it just broke up my day. It's not right. You're causing trauma inside me. Look, there's PTSD all day long. I love psychology. I want to tell you the simplicity of it. The simplicity of it is you're loading the event. You're loading it in your head. I got to take a little swig. So you're loading the event. And got to wet my whistle. Hold on. Whatever it may be. Your loved one, a divorce, an ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend, whatever the damn event is. If you load it, your brain will put you in that position. Once you're in that position, the part of the brain that I love so much, my amygdala, our amygdalas in cats and dogs, everything has it, is that when you load it, your brain, when you load those files, that hypothetical, putting yourself in that situation, your brain's amygdala is your fight response. I state that it's no such thing as flight. Now let's say, yeah, it's a flight response. That's what everybody did. No, they were in fight mode. They were fighting for their lives. They were fighting back. The only way you fight back of a place falling down around you is you run away from the thing that's attacking you. Then you turn around and call it a name when it's done, and you laugh and you joke about it. You go, ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. That's how you healthily handle that. We have near misses our entire life. You don't see it. When you get that infection, that cough, that's a near miss of your death. That is an infection in you. But you take it lightly. Oh, it's just a cough. Oh, I just cut my finger. Oh, it's just swollen. It's just an infection. That little infection is what kills people. Infections are what's designed to kill humans. So you take it lightly. You had a near miss. The same thing as ducking this fall here. We have it every year with all these infections or whatever you have throughout the year. Do not disrespect them. Do not disrespect them. Good friend of mine, a psychotherapist, love him to death. For you guys that might think I'm racist or whatever, you're wrong. You're way off the target. Love that guy. Black guy. I dream about him. I cried like a baby. Best friends. We were something else. So why I'm bringing that up, not to download, but to help you understand how the brain works. But when instead of the painful dreams about him, when I dream about him, I welcome the dreams when he comes there because now I get to hang out with my friend during that dream. I don't wake up saying, "Oh my gosh, he's dead." No, while I was dreaming, it was real. So you know what? I enjoy the hell out of it when we're together. Whatever it may be. Oddly though, in the dream, I always recognize that he's supposed to be dead, and we sort of address that, and I just enjoy hanging with him. So that's people that when you dream about your loved ones, that's what's really happening. You should really enjoy that person. Your brain is just satisfying what you really want, that need to that person to be back or with you. And so it gives it to you. At this time of your sleep, it gives it to you. It's not tormenting you. It gives you your loved one back. So, yeah, I miss my friend. So, this is the same thing with, so PTSD is any file you load. It could be anything. If you load it, your brain will defend you while it's loaded. And when it defends you, it's the amygdala that kicks in. The amygdala now, for you guys with PTSD of battle PTSD, you're there, and you might, in your PTSD mode in your brain, you might start taking counteractions inside your brain. This puts you all hyped up and gets you all hyped up, and as long as you stay in that hyped up mode, you are in that battle in your brain and around you, if you will. So someone touching you, you might snap on them because you're over here in the zone here. They can't just come here and just touch you like that. You're in kill mode. Protect the human mode, and that's because your amygdala. It's a petty bastard. The amygdala is in every one of us. It's very petty. It does not give a shoot about how small the issue is. It's going to protect you. It protects what I call conclusive files. It just doesn't protect the human from burns or something like that. Let me give you a small, fast example. You watch a scary movie. You know it's a scary movie that you're watching. The knife comes out of nowhere. It comes out of the screen towards you. You jump back. Well, you knew you were watching a scary movie. Why did you jump back? Because your amygdala I believe the amygdala is first. That is, that everything comes to your brain through the amygdala first. I'm the only one that believes this, but I have psychiatrists and psychologists who follow me on Twitter and other forums that I'm on. They're not following me because I'm crazy and interesting guy. Maybe they are, but they're following me because they can't debunk my position. And often I get many emails them showing me some amygdala studies, and they're coming close to me, but they're not touching it. I've tried to give away my data to schools. Schools are scared of it. My amygdala theory kills psychology pretty much. It kills psychiatry. It just kills it. Because you tell me what's wrong with you, and I'll tell you you have an attack somewhere. You're feeling attacked somewhere. You're feeling violated somehow, and your amygdala wants to fight back. And this is what puts you in a stress position. If we can figure out what that one thing is, we just back it away, dial it down. You can do that yourself. It's always present. For example, the triggers on commenting. When people comment, if it's contrary to your conclusive file and you have a conclusive file, you will fight back. It's no choice. You are petty about that. We all are. So if I see someone say, "Oh, you're wrong," or "You're full of it," well, that's clearly an attack. Now, you say, "Well, take the high road." That's the flight method you think that exists. It doesn't exist in a human. If I block them, it's multiple reasons. But if I block them, that's my way of attacking back. And often I'll look at someone's page if they're that way. If I see their page and they got games on there and children's game, they're playing games. They're not even based in reality. Their whole things are uploads about cartoons and fighting battles and all. They're not based in reality. Their brain is programmed in that. It's beyond their comprehension what I'm trying to explain to them. So I just block them and don't even spend the energy. That's my form of fighting back at that point, knowing there's no energy to be wasted here. Sometimes I'll give a long comment. You guys may think, "Wow, what's he doing?" Well, I want to know if the person really is, true in their comments, and I'll give it, some thought. So I'm not attacking back. I really want to see if I can help them see the error of their ways of why they're feeling attacked by my comment and perhaps adjust. It's the only thing I want to leave in life. Forget any engineering. I want to leave this one psychology thing about the amygdala. All right, so let's get back to that about it real quickly, and I'm gonna wrap it up in the next 3 or 2 minutes. Um, so you got your battle fatigue guy. Now, how about a lot of people with military battle fatigue, um, PTSD? Uh, and it's very simple. You guys don't be afraid to contact me. I'll give you my number. We can talk on the phone. It's going to take me about an hour and a half to work you through your issue. But when you're free, you're going to laugh and joke about it. About, wow, this is so friggin' easy. A lot of them tell me that, man, I've been going to a psychiatrist 2, 3 years. You know, that's because they don't understand the amygdala theory. These psychiatrists don't. Once you understand it, you're like, yes, the amygdala is going to keep me there all the time. If I go there, it's going to protect me. Just remember that. If you put yourself in a situation right now, a dangerous situation in your mind, you're going to go into fight mode. You're going to go into fight mode. You're going to get your blood pressure up. You're going to be in attack mode. The amygdala will protect the human. All right, so I can prove this in multiple ways. The last one is my color trick. Is that the color red? If you establish something as to be the color red, yes, I did say be the color red. If you establish something to be the color red, and I ask you to say it's now blue, and I want you to mean it, you won't be able to do it because you've already have a conclusive file that is the color red. If I offer you $1,000 to change it to blue, you can't do it because you've already established it's the color red. And so your amygdala doesn't give a shoot about that $1,000 offer. It says it's blue, and that's a stupid-ass game. Now you're attacking back because you feel attacked. Because I'm trying to ask you to say it's blue, and, $1,000 is irrelevant now. I'm attacking a conclusive file. So that's why you hear me frequently say, this is bias, 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 or it's not a conclusive file. Because I have to leave it open. When it's a conclusive file, guys, when I find something that's conclusive, I will state it. It's conclusive this building collapsed. I'm not saying how it collapsed, but it's conclusive. It collapsed. Nobody will be able to tell us that it's otherwise. If they do, if anybody says that building didn't collapse, that's an attack on you. That's an attack on me. If they want to play semantics, that's an attack on you also. I don't play semantics unless we're trying to do it academically. Okay, so I'm going to load this up, and should the people be compensated for PTSD? Well, if they have PTSD, they should be clearly allowed to go see psychological help. Oh, wait a minute. The city of New Orleans, I like to say. Anyway, they've already offered mental help across the street. So why are they, they're offering to make them stable. The compensation for their job, they should all be compensated for the days lost. If they were going to be continuing to work there, another week or so, they should be given a week. The mental help they need for that, they should be given it. If they claim that they can't work now because of the PTSD, well, frankly, I'm calling BS on that. Each one's going to be an individual basis, but I'm going to call BS on it. The crane operators brought up that he would have PTSD, not being able to work in the crane again. Well, the trigger is, he goes up in the crane, he's moving stuff, and he might keep thinking, oh, shit, what if I put that down? This thing might fall again. This might fall again. I can't put it. He has to load files that he was not the one that caused the collapse. That was an engineering collapse that his crane, in fact, would help him out, would say, hey, I'm on a different base than the rest of these guys up here. That even if it broke, we know theoretically if it broke free from the building, this crane, if the load was similar loaded, I'm good to go. I'm safe. With that said, he also needs a load that just like anybody else, if you fall from that height, you're dead. So let it ride. Just be done with it. For a hobby, pretty much, I cut down trees. I go up to, I think it was about 80 feet, cutting a branch. And, when I cut this one branch, I knew that my secure line below it, because it was a single pole, if you will, that I was on. I knew that if it broke below me, I'm dropping. I got about 40-foot impact. I had a rope tied below, but by the time it would have worked, I would have dropped 40 feet, and I don't think I would have, even though I wouldn't have hit the ground, I think that would have been the end of me. So you evaluate how much fun it is based on your risk, how much, your skill set, and you just do it. So just like the crane operator. Yeah, if the crane breaks, he's going to die. He's going to fall that far, you're dead. All right, so get over it. You fear death that much that you can't perform. you need to go find another job. You know, you can't perform in a crane and also have fear about the crane breaking apart. So he's obviously able to do another job, and the way the law works out pretty much is you don't get compensated the equal amount. If you can do another job, tough shit, you get to do another job. Another black friend of mine, he gets shot in the friggin' eye. This guy is lovely. I'm going to end it with this story. He is friggin', I can't believe it. John calls me up from the hospital. I didn't know he was in the hospital. Hey, what's up, man? What's up, John? What's up? He's laughing and giggling. Not the drugs. John always just laughs. The guy's got the greatest spirit ever. He laughs about, there's nothing's going to get him down. So, man, I took a bat to a gunfight. I'm like, what, John? He moved into a new apartment in the city, and it turns out the house he moved into was probably an old drug user's house, drug dealer's house or whatever. He answers the door at 2 in the morning. See who the hell's at the door. He's only been there about a week. He opens the door. He says, I see this big guy outside. I look at him. I got my bat behind the wall there. I'm not worried about him. He said, next thing I know, I see this little guy step back from outside the big guy, and I'm in the hospital now. He shot me in the head. And he's laughing. I'm like, what, John? He's like, yeah, I lost my eye. So John, to this day, has great spirits about it. He can joke about the one eye. I tease him. We tease each other. It's your attitude. John, his attitude is just amazing. If your attitude is to stay in this PTSD, you will stay in it. I'm going to terminate the video now. You can comment. This thing can go on. It takes me about an hour and a half to pull people out. So you just saw a little version of it.